Going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and real quick video today. Just kind of wanted to share a little story that happened with a very small PSA submission here. You can see 4 cards, but the story on this guy is these were cards that were in my brother-in-law's garage, and I had been begging him to go and go through it, take a look. He had kept collecting cards after I had stopped in the early 90s, and had basketball stuff, which I didn't really have. And I was like, hey, let me go through it. Maybe we'll find a couple of nuggets, send them off to get graded, and maybe be able to, get some investment out of it, or be able to actually just have the cards protected, because some of these were pretty decent. I wish I would have documented the whole thing, but, had a stack about, I don't know, maybe 2 stacks that big of, these were Jordan and, mainly Jordan cards. And, these actually are Jordan, but there's a Pippen rookie in here, and a Magic Jordan card. So yeah, I wanted to go through it. These were like, the top loaders were like yellow already, right, from the UV. They'd been stashed away for so long. So I was like, you know what, give me $100. Let's send in a couple cards to get graded, and let's see what we get. So real quick, these were just 4 cards. They were on the $25 1983 present value. So that's just the normal price you get through your PSA membership. And these took a while. They were basically on the 10s. We sent them on September 10th. They got checked in a month later, came back last week. And so all in all, 61 days, which, if you saw my previous PSA submission where we did the $16 football video, or the $16 submission, those 25 cards came back in less than a month. So these took a while. It was a long time getting checked in. So maybe it's because of the older cards that these take a while, but let's just get right into it. You can take a look. I got a quick little pop summary I'll just read out to you here. But so this one was a Scottie Pippen rookie, 88 Fleer. I knew it was going to be a tough one because of the older white borders, and it was definitely a little off-centered in the back here. I was hoping to get an 8 on it. It came back a 7. So this one, unfortunately, basically is going to maybe break even. I think these were going for like $40. We have this one listed for about 45, and so this one, pretty much a wash on it. But it was a rookie. It was Scottie Pippen. It was one of the few rookies of him that he had, so we wanted to go ahead and send it in. So that one came back, unfortunately, as a 7. And on the pop on this one, just if you're curious, the pop on this is about 2218, and there's over 10,000 cards graded higher than this one. So that's why that one's such a low return on that one. This guy, funny enough, came back as a 10, as a Skybox, for those of us that have been around a while. 91 Skybox, Magic versus Michael. This one was in like a screw down case, if I remember, and I was worried that those were going to get pressed on the edges here, but everything came back pretty clean. It was nice to see this one come back as a 10. And this one actually was already sold. This one sold for $60. So, and again, these were just kind of these were honestly the last 2 cards. I was debating whether or not to include these. It really came down to just these final 2 cards that were, when I saw these and looked how much they were going for raw, it was like a no-brainer to get graded. So the first one is going to be the GOAT himself, Michael Jordan, on the 96 Topps. The season's best, Sticky Fingers. This is basically like an insert, I think. And this one I knew was not going to get a 10 because it was off-centered here. It's heavy on the left. But everything else looked great. And again, this one was also, I think this one was in the top loader. But this one came back a 9. And the interesting thing is with this, I've seen this one with the wave pattern and without it, and they're both labeled the same thing. So there must be some parallel that they're not tracking accurately at PSA, because I think this one's a little bit more rare. But I put it in as a silver wave, but they sent it back to me with the regular non-parallel. But this guy was going for between 150 and 200, and we sold this one just today, actually, for 160. So nice return on that one. Pretty much paid for the submission plus more, so we're in the black at this point. But so this was definitely the second card that I wanted to send in. And then the next guy, oh, and the pop report on this guy is 612 with 255 rated as a 10. So still pretty decent given how, we're talking 27 years old now. Wow. So anyways, there's that guy. This one I was really surprised by. This is the 95 Upper Deck Electric Court Gold. I did not know how rare these golds are. They're not numbered. So, if you know more about this, let me know in the comments. But my brother-in-law was like, oh yeah, these were really hard to get. These were super, super rare, kind of like a SSP type of thing. And this one came back as an 8, which I knew was going to be, I mean, it wasn't going to be a 10. This was in a screw down case, and it got a little messed up there in that top right. You can see that ding. And also on the bottom right, there's another ding there. So this guy, when it came back an 8, I was a little bummed out. But then the pop on the 8s is only 33, and there's only 36 graded higher than this at a 9 or a 10. So this is one of the more coveted parallels from this set, and obviously being MJ, it's a great shot. Just a really nice card. When I saw this card, I didn't need to know anything about the parallel or whatever. I'm like, this card's got to get graded. It's going to look nicer just being in a slab. And I was a little shocked when it came back as an 8, and then looked up the sales of the 8s, that these were going between $500 and $700 as an 8. If you get these as a 9, you're talking, mid, 1,200 or up, and if you got a 10, it's crazy. So this one is still for sale. We'll be leaving this one and just kind of waiting to see when the price is right. But this is one that you can hold on to this one. These already got paid for the submission. This was the main guy that I wanted to go digging in the garage and try to find a card like this. And that's kind of really the whole point of making this video, is I'm kind of curious. So many of us got back into the hobby during COVID because we were at home going through our old stuff and found some old cards. But I'm curious how many people have already have it. Do you have a similar story like this? Do you have a card like this that you found that was stashed away? I know buddies of mine that I've met locally and through the channel, sitting on one of my neighbors, dad's got had a Steph Curry rookie sitting in a binder in the closet, found it, was in to get graded. It came back an 8. Heck, it's still an 8 Steph Curry rookie. I mean, it's an awesome card. But tell me, kind of what's your story on a card like this? Did you help somebody else go digging through their collection? And, did you find any little gold nuggets like this one? So I'm actually considering going back to his garage and going through a stack of Kobe's and going through a stack of Shaquille's and, what other cards you might have. I don't know. It only went through the Jordans to start, but finding a card like this, and honestly, just these two alone were worth the hassle. This guy paid for the whole submission, and between these 4 cards, you're looking at turning, $100 into $1,000 maybe by the end of the whole thing. So neat little, just wanted to share that little story there. Quick little submission, but nice to see some of the old school cards come in, old school 90s, whatever. But, seeing the Jordans and the Pippens and the Magic was kind of a neat little throwback. And seeing that even after all those years, hey, he did a good job putting them in their top loaders and sleeving them up, and kept them in good condition, kept them out of the light, and getting it rewarded for it at the end of the day when he sells this one and pockets that $500 or more. So anyways, just wanted to share that. Tell me what cards you had or similar experience to that if you did. I know I haven't put a whole lot of videos out lately. Again, I just haven't really found anything that's really worth jumping into. I know there's been kind of a lull in the hobby right now. We're waiting for Prism football. We're waiting on all about, what was going to happen with all that. But I think now, and just a PSA for those that don't remember, we're getting our MLB MVPs announced tomorrow or today when you're seeing this video. So I'm going to have at least a couple $100 to go spend at the LCS. So maybe I'll pick up some Chrome update. I'm curious what folks are thinking about that. What are you going to spend your buyback money on? Give me an excuse to go buy something. I've been really kind of hesitant on picking up any of the newest stuff. I'm just kind of waiting, and I think a lot of other people are, just from what I've been hearing from folks and just seeing the stock at the stores. But so that's been kind of the lull here. But anyways, we'll be getting some more stuff out here once the product gets a little better and a little bit funner rip. So, but again, thanks guys for watching. Again, let me know, have you found a card like this in your garage? Did you get it sent in for grading? And were you surprised at what it came back as? And what's been your biggest turnaround story on that? So again, thanks again for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out some of our other PSA videos. And as always, guys, we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.